Hello, you level grinding cats and dolls out there in YouTube land. I'm the anti-hero drinking as always gamers. Thank you for tuning in. So I'm here to go talk about RPG video games that are graphically stunning. RPG video games that when we see them, it puts us in the mood for that fantasy battle or that fantasy theme. These are just some of the games that I've come across that I like their artistic style, and I'll try to go defend my feelings on most of them as best I possibly can. But if I do say anything that you disagree with, or if I do pick a game that you don't think is really that great, that's why God created the comment section below, chime in, and let everybody else know your thoughts and your feelings, or list off any other games that you think were really graphically stunning. This game period has no time period or whatever, so I'm just going to go balls out and tell you what I think. Coming in at the number 11 spot is the Tales series. A great, very long-running series which has kept its style, which has kept its soul, that I like to believe. I love the Tales series and I love its art. And playing games like Exilion, Disgaea, Symphonia, and so forth and so on, really great visuals, really great backgrounds and level designs, interesting character arts, and just all-around environments that are fun to explore around in, or at least run from town to town in. It's a very nice, fluid game with bright and lovely colors, and it never really takes away from the aspect of the story or the gameplay or anything like that. All in all, a really nice game and beautifully represented and showed in each and every one of its installments. The next game I want to go talk about, taking the number 12 spot, is an RPG for all RPG players who remember when we used to just have 2D sprites as our visual representation for characters. This game is still done it and will continue to still do it. Is Disgaea. Very fun series, very cool series, and the 2D sprite art is never a drawback from the game. I think it's one of its greatest strengths because of just the way the game is so over the top with everything happening in environments or from story to story, and just the characters' overreactions to certain things is really fun, and you only find this in Disgaea, and I really want to give them credit for that. I love their visual styling and their visual choice for their game, and as long as they keep on doing this, they'll have a fan in me. Disgaea gives you some of the most insane, over-the-top battle moves with 2D sprites, and they're enjoyable, they're funny, and it just makes you want to go play the game more and more, which you're going to have to do because it's a grind fest. Disgaea's look is its own, it's unique, and we all love it. And I haven't came across an RPG player who said, I can't get into Disgaea because of the way it looks, because I'd have to tell them to just shut the fuck up and play the game. Coming in at number 10 is Last Story. Very beautiful, very high quality Wii game that really pushed the graphical envelope for the Wii. A console that a lot of people said, it has no graphical standards. It has no... It plays games like they're from the last console or below that. You know all the shit talking we heard about the Wii U. I'm sorry, the Wii. Anyway, this game looked fantastic. It looked beautiful. It was smooth and it played really great. I haven't played much of Last Story, so I can't go talk about much of the characters, but the scenery, the environments, the art itself is just fantastic and top of the notch. And nobody can go argue that, and it still holds up today. So it's a really great looking video game, and one I also recommend. If you're in the mood of checking it out, you should check it out. Pretty decent looking game. Okay, so coming in at the number 9 spot is a little hard for me. Eternal Sonata. I love this game, don't get me wrong. I really like this game. It's a beautiful, phenomenal looking game. When I saw this, I was like, wow, that's the JRPG showing what next gen consoles, well, previous gen consoles could actually do. It was the game that I wanted to go play. It was by far my second RPG on the Xbox 360, first one being Enchanted Arms. But that aside, fantastic, gorgeous looking RPG. And it brought to life the world and the environment of the game so well. And it just made your characters look adorable, but also still set that right tone and mood for this game. The only reason it is ranked so low on my list is because of that mood and tone of the game, because it can get a little dark and it can get, well, not dark, but it can get a little jaded and sad at times. But overall, a sexy, gorgeous looking RPG that I highly recommend that you pick up. If its art style doesn't sell you, then I don't know what will. By God, if you're not into the anime cutesy look, just still check out the game. It's phenomenal and fun. So the game that comes in at number 8 on my list is basically 2 games. The Shin Megami Tensei series and the Persona series. Both really great RPGs that know what their look is. And it never downplays from the story, especially in the Shin Megami Tensei series. For a game series so dark and, you know, it just deals with heavy matters, you would think approaching it with this anime color look would downplay it. Fuck no! If you played Nocturne or Lucifer Call, whatever you want to call it, tell me that is not fucking art that you're like, damn! Some of the cutscenes in that game are just purely this. Damn, that was pretty badass. Damn, that was pretty cool. Fucking awesome looking game. Gorgeous, sexy, and sleek. The Persona series, it embodies its art and it has fucking fun with it. You love it. Look, the Persona games are getting a lot of hype for a reason, and it's because they're really great games, and their art, and their level design, their scenery, it never takes away from the experience of the game. It never pulls you away from the experience of the game like some other games do. Really great games. They really are unique and visually beautiful, and if you're just somebody who can't play because it looks anime-ish, fuck man, you know what? Whatever, you're missing out and I can't tell you anymore. Okay, coming in after that is The Last Remnant. I played this for the Xbox 360 and I said it back then and I'll still say it now, gamers. Square Enix knows how to make an RPG pretty. The Last Remnant is a pretty RPG. It is good looking. From cutscenes to battle sequences. If you want to go say, I want to go see the power of what my 360 could do, that game was the definitive de facto to fall onto. Really great looking game for its time. Still holds up today in some regards. And its story is pretty okay. It's a B-list RPG, but it's pretty cool. Ranked above that at the number 6 spot is Lost Odyssey. Really, really great RPG. Really beautiful RPG. And it's like everything I liked about The Last Remnant. But this is an RPG that you can tell the development team put their heart into. The visuals for this game are fantastic, especially the battle visuals. Oh my god, the first time I played this game, just this massive battle was just unfolding. You see these giant towers with mages in them doing healing magic and whatnot, and you're just running around this giant battle. It was phenomenal. It was mind-blowing when I first played this RPG. Gorgeous, sleek, absolutely intense. It is a great RPG. It's a compelling RPG with very sick and very stylized visuals that will push the fidelity of your console. And this was an early release for the Xbox One. Well, early release-ish for the Xbox 360. Anyway, really great game and definitely deserves the number 6 spot. Coming in at number 5 is the Titan on the Wii, Xenoblade Chronicles. This game's world, while not much of an open world type of thing, is fucking mind-blowing. This game is addictive. This is the equivalent of crack in RPG. Getting into just the environments, the scenery, the fact that the world's kind of in a the game is phenomenal with its just overall story, its visuals, and its art style. It is a great game. It is really, really, really fun, and it looks fantastic. It plays fantastic, and all in all, I can't go say anything wrong with, like, on every regard, this game hits things out of the park. Definitely deserves the number 5 spot. If you have a Wii U, if you have a Wii, pick up this game. There's a reason why it's going like fucking crack on eBay right now. The next story is Residents of Fate. Oh dear God. This game is beautiful. Hands down. It has some very sexy battle scenes. Like, oh my God, it's so stylized. It's kind of like a John Woo movie happening at you with gun action, bombs and everything else. It's really cool. It's really fun. It's a great game to visually play with. Outside of that, it's bland and dull as fuck, and it's only rated so high up is because a big emphasis was put on its aesthetic appeal. This game is gorgeous with no substance, but it is gorgeous, so give credit where credit is due. Moving on. Taking in the number 3 spot is Deus Ex Human Revolution. Man, was this game gorgeous. This game was so hot. Its trailers, its gameplay, everything about it was just so intriguing until you actually got the game. And it was even more intriguing. The only sin this game ever committed was it was short. There's no way you can go tell me that Deus Ex was not a gorgeous looking RPG video game when you got it, when you saw the world, when you saw everything around you, and how you interacted and just did things within the world, from your moves to combat to just everything. This game highlighted so much in visual flair, it was almost like playing a movie. Very fun and very good looking game. Deus Ex, you deserve number 3. Because you're the man. Hitting in at my number 2 spot has to be Magna Carta. Another RPG that knows its look, that knows its style, and by God, it's its own thing. If you're not into anime, you're going to be into the Magna Carta. It's like for people who don't like Chinese food. It's like you like Thai food, but then you don't like anything else. You're going to like the Magna Carta. It has its own look. It has its own visual flair. It has its own style. It is a gorgeous drop-dead game. No matter what you're playing, from the Magna Carta 1 to the Magna Carta 2, Blade and Soul, have at you anything. It has its own Asian influence, but you can go still see its own artistic fidelity bust through with its own look and visual flair. This is a hot, sexy game that anybody's picked up and played is knowing what I'm talking about right now, and if you haven't, this is a hot and sexy RPG that ages well, and it's gorgeous. You will be drop dead. It's just drop dead gorgeous. You know, your mouth just hanging out like one of those old school cartoons. It is a fine looking game and definitely something I recommend picking up because beyond looks, it has everything else that you want in an RPG video game. So this brings a conclusion to number 1, and you can probably guess what it's going to be. The definitive facto for good-looking RPG video games, where Square Enix wants to show what it can do, it drops this game. Final Fantasy. Whether you hate the series, whether you love the series, whether you're hyped for Final Fantasy, 15, or if you're still believing they're going to give us a 7 reboot, when Final Fantasy drops a game, it is the hot shit. It is a good-looking, over-the-top, visually appealing RPG video game. I can at least say Final Fantasy 13 has earned that in regards. It's a great-looking game. Is it a shit fucking story? Hell yeah. Are the characters shit? Fuck yeah, but I'm not trying to go bitch about Final Fantasy 13. What I'm trying to go say is Final Fantasy has this thing with graphics that whenever they drop a Final Fantasy game, even if you have the worst feelings toward the series, you're intrigued a little bit to pick up the title. They can go make certain things look so appealing and so fun until you actually get your hands on them. And this is really giving a lot of credit because I'm actually hoping. I don't know how Square Enix did it. I don't know how Final Fantasy did it, but I'm hoping 15 doesn't suck because it does look phenomenal. It looks great. And when I saw its trailer on Alpha Omega Sin's channel, I was like, damn, I want that game, but it's Final Fantasy and they broke my heart too many times. All in all, any RPG player who's been in the fandom long enough knows that Final Fantasy, Square Enix will always drop that really hard, and it will bust out great graphical fidelity and looks. All in all, thank you for listening this long. I know this is a pretty long video, and I usually don't try to make them this long. Like, comment, and subscribe, and definitely chime in if you think there was anything else I could have added or should have added to this review.